guys, it's Carlos and Ben here at Ultimate Fitness Training once again, and thank you so much for watching the video. And today we're doing a video about on how to ask the trainer show. So Ben is going to ask me questions, and basically hopefully I'll be able to answer them to the best of my ability. So over to Ben.
Okay, I get a lot of people coming into the gym when they first join up and you've got a holiday in a month or 6 months, but a lot of people want it now.
Okay.
So a lot of people want a six-pack now, they want their glutes now, and it doesn't always happen, does it?
Well, it never happens that way, I don't think. I've never seen it that way, but yeah, I see what you mean. People want the instant gratification. This I'll try to put it together in a way where it's easy to understand. Like. Most people want things now because obviously we're living in an hour. Let's say, for instance, we queue for some food and we get the food literally from paying to eating the food. Within 3-4 minutes you got food. We're living in a fast sort of rhythm of lifestyle. So when it comes to results, people want it now. Okay, that's not wrong to think that way because that's how the society has made us to be. But when it comes to the physique and fitness levels, it's almost like a lie detector. And I've posted a few videos about that on my Instagram. Now, put it this way, if you've never trained before, trying to get into top shape within 3 weeks is completely unrealistic. Okay, now you can speak to any top nutritionists, personal trainers, like people that change people's physiques from an operations point of view, like top surgeons. They will not be able to change, if you like, make you look amazing within 3 weeks. They can't do it. That's just unrealistic, completely unrealistic. From a fitness point of view, it's unrealistic too, if you never trained before. Now, this is where it gets really complicated, because not one size fits all. Now, let's just imagine you are size 8 and you're holding on to a little body fat, let's say, and you want to go on holiday. And in this case, it would be like a lady, right? Size 8, she's got to be a body fat, quite petite, but she wants to go on holiday. It's 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Okay, you might be able to lose half a stone, and you might be able to tone up a little bit, and you'll look probably, in your mind, great version of yourself within that space of time, which is great, okay? But let's say if you never trained before and you're carrying perhaps 3, 4, 5 stone overweight and you want to get the same results, you'll be completely unrealistic. Okay. Now I know it can be quite painful to hear like, oh, I can't get into shape in 3 weeks. You can't, because you get a better version of yourself if you get a better diet, a better training, a better supplementation list, and you get your cardio going. Yes, you will be better, but you won't get into top shape, because what it is, people go from 0 to 100 in 3 weeks. It just doesn't happen. Anyone that tells you that, they'll be lying to you. Now you can. What I'm going to say to you is, you can get to a better version. That doesn't mean it's a better version, not your greatest version. That's two different things. You know, you becoming better is one thing. You becoming the best you can become is a different thing. So, and that's where we are really. A lot of people. I mean, I get it all the time. Like, I had a guy yesterday. He basically messaged me. He said, "Right, okay, I want to be shredded within 2 weeks. What can I do?" You know. I mean, I've trained all sorts of different people, and it takes for people to be training for years, right? If they go on a very rigid diet in order to have a photo shoot or pre-contest diets or go on stage or to, on holiday, it takes about 12 weeks to get into top shape. But that 12 weeks, not 12 weeks to build muscle and burn fat. What it is they already got a frame. They're dieting down, so to bring that skin right against the muscle. So that takes about 12 weeks. But that is complete rigid diet, you know, diet, supplementation, aerobic exercise, weight training two times a day. So that's a lot of dedication. So you've got your training to weight training 2 times a day, your cardio, sometimes depending on how you look, 2 times a day, your diet every single day for 3 months. And that's based on you having a great amount of frame already. Now, for the guys that never trained properly, to get into top shape and being shredded within 3 weeks, it's totally unrealistic. So I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm telling you the truth. It's totally unrealistic. But you will become a greater version of yourself within those 3 weeks if you do the right thing.
Okay. In terms of like new people in training, like if you haven't saw your body that you got, it's hard to motivate yourself.
Yeah.
So what motivates you?
What I would say, I tell you one thing that really works. This is one thing that really works, and not just works for me. It works for loads of people I coach. Okay, let's just imagine, like, say, if you look at a cube. Like, imagine if I had a cube. Let's just put in, for instance, I've got a phone here. Okay, you've got a phone here, and imagine I wrap this phone full of, like, I don't know, tape. Okay, tape. And I create a ball. You end up not seeing the phone anymore, right? It'll be just a big ball of tape, right? Okay. Right, you've joined the gym, okay? You start dieting, right? You start supplementation, right? You start doing aerobic exercise. I call it layers, okay? So let's say one day, one layer gone. 2 days, another layer gone. Diet, another layer gone. So eventually you'll get to the core, which is your phone. Okay, now that's just a little metaphor for you. You know, when you come and join the gym, obviously starting your program, you get your program. Remember, you got to get this right. Okay, it's almost like a recipe. You got to get your training right. Okay, your training needs to be bang on. Now, if your training is not right, it doesn't matter how great your diet is. Okay, so your training needs to be bang on. Then your diet needs to be also bang on. So if your diet's not right, your training's right, then you know, again, in the wrong direction. Then your supplementation must be right, and your aerobic activity needs to match those three. So all of them need to run parallel with each other, not one more than the other. Like you hear people say, 80% nutrition, 20% training. That's a lot of crap. You know, they're just trying to sell you something. So it's not that. So the key really is to get those 4 parameters to run parallel with each other, and that really is the key. But the layers, if you start peeling the layers, then you start getting into the right, because then you start counting your workouts, you start counting the days, and you're getting closer and closer and closer and closer to your goal. Not necessarily closer, oh, I don't see my six-pack anymore. So you're getting closer to the goals every time.
Yeah. So in terms of motivation, what would you use as motivation? Would you use an inspiration wall, or?
There's a lot of things you can use from an inspiration point of view. I think one thing that is really, really good is obviously, for instance, I do that myself on my Instagram. I keep putting pictures or visual, because I'm a visual learner, so I keep putting pictures, things I want to achieve in life, and also pictures of people that motivate me. And I do that for my clients as well, so that's a really good thing. One thing I think is really good for people that are more kinesthetic, people that like the feeling of good things, put around your house, around your car, around the people surrounding things that make you feel good, things that remind you you're achieving things. For instance, if you lost as a goalie, let's say if you lost, say, Alpha Stone, buy yourself a present, so you make sure you see that present. So you make sure you think of it, like, could be like a bracelet, could be a cheap thing, whatever it is. Like, so it's like a milestone. So you kind of you achieve that. So you remember, right? Okay, I've done that last month. Now, what's the next step? Next month, what? And that's how we really progress and get ourselves to become our greatest version. Is by completely getting those milestones, get that step. Remember, there's no perfect workouts. There's no perfect shapes. There's no perfect diets. There's no perfect. There's no perfect. It's the keep. I say this all the time. Keep the momentum going. There's nothing out there that can say, right, okay, that's the workout. I'll do this once and I'll get into top shape forever. You're kidding. If you stop, you slide in. If you stop climbing, you stop sliding. You start sliding.
Can you ever run out of goals?
No. Can you ever run out of numbers? You can't. There's no. The numbers are infinite. Exactly the same. You can never run out of goals. It depends how hungry you are. But also remember this thing. Talking about goals is make the goals realistic and measurable and everything else as smart goals are. But enjoy your goals as well, because a lot of the times we're looking for goals, but are those goals making us the greatest versions? Do you know? Enjoy your goals. So achieve and make sure you keep them, because a lot of times you can achieve but you lose it. It's like same with the shape. You can go work really hard for a holiday and you got there, wow, look at me, and all of a sudden you stop training, you go back to where you were, then that's not really a great goal, is it? You've achieved it, you held on for a week of that sort of condition, and now you become a fatter version of yourself. So that's not really a great advice I'll give you.
Okay. I've got nothing else to ask.
Great, so hopefully it was interesting for you guys to watch this video. So as you guys know, check me out on my Instagram, which is Carlos Trainer 10, also on my YouTube, which is Carlos Trainer, and on my website, which is ultimatefitnesstraining.co.uk. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video, and hopefully we can grow a nice little tribe as we are. So with all that said, stay happy, stay healthy, stay fit, on behalf of me and Ben. Take care.